Alright, well we made it here, and my goodness, that little bit there, that was a lot more slippery than I anticipated. So we're next to the Turon River, that's right here, just behind us here. We're going to try and find a spot around here. I don't think that we'll camp too close to the river because there's a big storm front coming in, and we don't want to get close to this river. It looks like one that's going to raise rapidly with a lot of water intakes, so we'll find a spot up the top or over the back. We'll just have a little look around, and hopefully we don't get drenched in the process anyway. Right, I've come to grab it off the roof because not only is the river flowing really fast there, and I don't want to cross it, but I've found this. And stuff like this and seeing stuff like this really just pisses me off. Like, this place is such a really nice, beautiful place. Like, have a look up there. I mean, how beautiful it is. We're right down here by the river, and some idiot has come along and just dumped this. And there's, you know what makes this even worse is that there are bins up the top for you to put your rubbish into. The council comes and empties. Like, this particular spot here is actually a really nice spot. Like, have a look, there's the river just there, you know, you can camp here, but someone's left this. Like, that's just so unfortunate. And it's things like this that get these places cut off from the public and ruin it for the people that do look after these campgrounds. And so I guess my message to anyone out there that hasn't been camping before or is kind of a beginner getting into it, get into the habit of taking your rubbish with you, because when people see this, it's really, really disheartening. Like, I just can't believe that people do that. Now, thankfully, down the other end of this little spot, we're just under the bridge now. I mean, it's pretty cool. The river is flowing real fast, and these banks here are very, very muddy. I mean, this would be a really good spot if it wasn't so close to the river, and with this storm coming in, we don't want to pitch up too close to the water, and plus it's a bit too muddy. There are some tracks that go over and across the river, but I'm not going to try that with the river flowing like this. I just don't know the conditions of the river, and so still haven't found a camp spot yet, but it's fairly promising. I mean, besides that rubbish, sorry for a little rant earlier, it just gets me fired up when I see that sort of stuff happen. But aside from that, this place looks pretty promising. Alright, this is the spot that we've chosen. It's right by the river, but I think it's going to be pretty good, hey? I mean, we just had a little bit of fun, Jared and Nathan on the side of the car, coming down here. So yeah, looking forward to it. Actually, the sun's staying out for a bit longer. Fingers crossed that storm actually looks like it's blowing over. But fingers crossed it stays that way. We're going to be camping right here, and just have a look how beautiful this is. Wow. Now, I don't think you can get much better than that, eh? Alright, let's get cracking.
Well, we found ourselves on another impromptu overnight adventure, this time into the New South Wales Hill Country. This beautiful part of New South Wales is a must-see for those taking the track less taken. We are camped near Safala by the Turon River. We had been to this spot some time ago for a recon when we were staying in the area. After a much anticipated wait, we finally got around to it, and so far this place was really living up to it. The Turon River was flowing vastly, and it was the highest anyone had seen it in years. Well, after setting up in this beautiful spot, we set out to collect some firewood.
Yep, so over the other side here there's some prime firewood. However, the river's a bit deep for us to cross, I think. Well, we think. So we're just sending Nathan out as a sacrificial lamb to just check the depth of the river. Yeah, so the river is way too deep for us to cross over. I mean, kind of expected considering how fast flowing it is. So we'll just find some firewood around here. That's all right. I mean, there should be some around for us to use. Just over there, there was a nice big stack of logs that looked really prime for it. Anyway, there's still a bit of fun there, sending Nathan off into the river.
Even though we weren't going to cross the Turon, there were some nice piles of wood caught a little downstream. Their water was shallow enough to walk through, so we set out to collect it, and boy was it some fun.
Should have wore a chest mount for this one. We're in the middle of the Turon River, dragging firewood out. I never thought we'd be doing this one. It's really fast flowing, and I've got thongs on. Oh, deep spots everywhere. So, alright, I'm worried I'm going to lose a thong in this one. Oh, Jesus. Nah, it's alright. It's quite a large amount of current going against me thongs.
The thongs.
I wish I could clamp it on the end of this log. Alright, we'll head off to up on the bank side here. Oh, in front of me.
Right there.
Yeah, see that? Jeez, hey? Yeah, this doesn't look like a good idea. Alright.
Always remember to weigh up the risk when entering rivers, especially fast flowing ones, as Nathan was about to learn the hard way to be careful.
My thong just almost got swept away, as Nathan's about to be. Yep, I never thought I'd have to use my four-wheel drive strap to rescue someone across the river, but yeah,
I mean,
we bit off more than we could chew that time. Cheers to Nathan being alive. So now, finally get a chance to sit still and relax. You've got Jared down here, Shimano Taipan, brand new rod and reel now. Turon River is all freshwater. We don't do a lot of freshwater fishing, but fish up here, bass, carp, all the type of freshwater fish that you find. And we're just having a bit of fun, you know, why not when we're right by the river? I've got a little Halco Twisty 10 gram on. Just thought, why not? First time ever using that. I've seen it work wonders. Anyway, if this doesn't work soon, I'll just switch back to baits. We'll leave the rods sit here all night. Anyway, after this, we're going to cook up some dinner, so hope you're all excited. Wow, that thing's got some distance on it, Jared.
Yeah.
The Halco. Alright guys, now I think it's time to get dinner started here at camp. Now for our second ever camp cook up, we're cooking an absolute classic, and that is chicken schnitzel. Everybody loves chicken schnitzel. It's a real favourite. It's really easy to prep. Now I'm not going to waste all of you guys' time doing the prep like last time. That camp cook up went really long, so this time I'm just going to explain it real simple, and then we'll get it onto the stove. So you want to butterfly your breast fillets in half so they're not too thick. And then you want to coat them flour, egg and breadcrumbs, and it is just that simple. Pop it in the pan on a shallow fry, so you fill the pan up a little bit with oil, get it in the pan, get that thing cooked nicely.
How good is chicken schnitzel? Super easy and a true favourite. On this trip we were testing out an out of the car setup for our next 2 weekenders, and safe to say it worked well. A few adjustments and we will have it down pat. Just look at how nice this chicken turned out. The rest of the night we just chilled and relaxed. Make sure you tune in next week to see part 2 and the absolute surprise of a lifetime and highlight of the trip. As well as, if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and we will see you in part 2.